So, are you ready for the first garden tour of 2022? We have garden and orchard both. We combined this year. So, next we'll show you what's growing in our garden. So, let's get right to the garden tour. And this is my man in the woods right outside of the garden. Isn't he cool? If you look really close, you can see the barbed wire or the wire, fence wire going through his mouth there. That's cool. So anyway, in my garden, we have lantanas doing well that I planted. We have our elderberry is doing really well. It's starting to put out. Our purple coneflower is growing real well. No flowers yet. And then we have a pear. This is the pear that we had so many pears off of last year, and they're doing really well. And if you can see there, it's loaded again this year. Doesn't look to be as many as we had before, but that's okay. We have an off year, but they're pretty. So then we have our pears that we planted this year, and the last frost kicked in and we lost the blooms, so there is no pears on this one. We have one that's a little bit taller, got a lot of leaves on it. Oh, and there is a pear. So we do have a few. This is one of the new ones. This is the pollinator pear. And then we have our peach tree, and it has a few little peaches on it. Those fuzzy little peaches. The last frost killed most of the blooms on this one also, but we hadn't had it planted that long. There is the peach. And then we have another one. I don't remember what this one is, but we have some cucumbers that we have fruit. It won't be long before we'll have some cucumbers. I had 3, and we had a really cold night, and look, I lost it, but it's growing back. So we still may get some. The second one's not doing as well, but we have the fig here, and this is my avocado tree. It's starting to really fill out, and there's turmeric in there, but it's not coming up yet. We have another fig. No figs this year. The frost got all of them, and as you can see, the elderberries are blooming. The flowers are going to be really big in some areas, but these I planted last year, and they're one of them is about, 8-10 feet high. So as you can see, they're just starting to pop. There you go. See, the flowers are just starting to pop. The bees are doing really well. Look, we have some honey up there, and we have some babies, some capped. We have some cells with food in them, but they're doing really well. So we're proud of that. And there's some more purple coneflower. I have 5 of those this year. So hopefully the bees will like those. But they're nice and healthy, and they look good. So, and we have some other flowers. These are wild daisies. So I'm always thinking about what would the bees like. And so far, we have plenty. There's some more lantana. I have 3 different types of lantana growing this year. And we have, this is our comfrey. I have 2 of those. That's the one that Kathy brought me from Florida. These are my blackberries. Yes, these are blackberries, and they have berries on them. If you can see, I don't know if you can see really close up, but yes, they do have berries. They're doing real well for their first season. There's a few flowers still. And the next one is blueberries. We have a lot of blueberries. This is my powder blueberry. Oh, there's the blackberries. Yeah, I knew I had some close-ups of the blackberries. So we'll get a few, and they're gonna crawl up that old bed frame there. This is my bush cranberry, and I also have this is the bush cherry. So I have bush cranberry also. Some more blueberries. There's all the blueberries. The ones with the blue tag are powder blueberries. There's some Titan blueberries and some Georgia giant blueberries. So we got quite a few for our first season on most of these. I had a couple of these last year, but I've added more. I have 11 blueberries now. And I think I have 7 blackberries. We will not get anything from the raspberries unless they come on later, because I just planted that one. But there's some more of the blueberries. So we're doing pretty good with our first garden tour. There is the raspberry, and like I said, we haven't had it in the ground that long. Here are all my tomatoes in those red pots, and there's some on the left also there. The ones that are short are ones that I planted later, so they hadn't really got started. This one is a sweet cherry, and we have red ones. And I couldn't resist. I tasted one, and I brought the others back home. So I have a couple of those bush cherries because I just love to pop them off and eat them. Let's see, we have Cherokee that I got some seeds from the Kentucky seed swap last year. Bub helped me out on those. This is some more of the other cherry. They're green and starting to turn a little bit there. And this one is one of the big beef, I believe it's called. Oh, they're nice size. There's some baby ones there too, but look at the size of those. So this is where I was at last year when my garden got to this point and the cows got in and destroyed it. This was all I had last year. So when I get red tomatoes this year, I am going to be really excited. Here I have some not iceberg lettuce. That is, anyway, I have lettuce, and I just planted these purple hull peas last Saturday, and they're already coming up, and I have more lantana. More tomatoes. I forget how many varieties. There's at least 3-4 varieties of tomatoes out here, but they're all doing really well. And I'm not sure. This one's really a different color. It's really pretty. The sun's kind of in my way there, so I don't know if you can get a good shot of that. But they're looking healthy. I've trimmed them a couple of times, trying to keep them, and it looks like the growth this week I'm going to have to trim them again and get them back up in my cage. This is my cow horn hot peppers, and they are doing really well. I don't know if I can eat those. I may have to can those. But this is the Cherokee tomato, I believe. It's these right here. Some more. That one is a sweet banana pepper. Have them in between my tomatoes. They're doing good. They're doing really good. So I'm proud of my tomatoes this year. And I have plenty more seeds. Look at the size and the color of these. They're just really pretty. I think that one's the Cherokee purple too. I believe that's what it is. So you can see I'm going to have a good crop of tomatoes. If I don't have anything else, I'm going to have tomatoes. Love to make some salsa. Look at the size of those. They are really pretty. And yes, that one is a big beef steak tomato. And these are my wild plums. They've already started turning, which I hadn't realized the last couple of days. It's been very hot. This is my not comfrey. This is mullein. I actually found this at an old abandoned parking lot. And my moss rose that I have planted in my old wagon. So that just about does it for my update on my garden tour. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I will bring you more as they grow and I get my harvest. See ya.